Hey everyone, it's Sveta here and welcome to my channel. So on this channel I talk on everyday aesthetics and everything that is related to it. I also talk on spirituality and self-care, and today's video is another video dedicated to Reiki. Okay, so whether you're familiar with Reiki or not, you may have heard of these 5 principles by Dr. Mikao Usui. And the 5 principles are a guideline suggested by him for all Reiki practitioners and enthusiasts to live by on a daily basis, which allows the Reiki energy to be more, effective. Yet these principles are guidelines that everyone can live by to promote a healthy, loving way of living. And today I'd like to introduce you these principles, and we'll take a look at each of them and learn how they can be applied to our daily lives. So the first principle is, just for today, I will not worry. Okay, it's not a secret that stress is a major issue at that time, and worries add a lot to this, unhealthy state of mind. Now let's think of what worries are in the first place. Worry, according to Wiki, is the state of being anxious and troubled over actual or potential problems. Despite its definition, worries more often deal with future events. So it's not about our past or our present, it's about what is going to happen. But if we ask ourselves if worries help us prevent undesired outcomes, we'll find out that they don't. What they do, though, is make our present, today, more stressful. Now, let's look at the first part of the principle, that is, just for today. The just for today phrase takes off the heavy burden from our shoulders. We don't make lifetime promises. It's just for one day. One small step. It's doable and it's realistic. So what we do is we promise ourselves to give up worries for just one day. We let things happen as they have to for just one day, and then for another day and another. In short, these principles helps us to develop a habit of being calm. And the second principle is, just for today, I will not be angry. So another stress component is anger. Being angry, we end up with an elevated heart rate and even more stress, which is not good for our well-being. And the Reiki is an excellent tool to remove anger, blockages, which have accumulated in the body over years. It cannot remove the residue of anger which occurs daily. And what we usually do is we get angry by default. What I mean here, we're just like Pavlov's dogs. We see a trigger and we react without actually thinking about why we experience this emotion. So this principle suggests that just for one day we stop just before the emotion arises. We just stop and ask ourselves, what will I achieve by remaining angry? Will my anger change the situation for the better? Or is there any other emotion I can feel towards this situation? Again, it's just for one day, no strings attached. But this is the secret ingredient to forming a habit of being present, of being mindful. And the third principle, just for today, I will be grateful. There is so much been said about being grateful, but still, we're always asking for more and only tend to focus on what we don't have. But what if we focus on what we already have for just one day? This principle resonates with the law of attraction that states that contentment attracts contentment and lack attracts lack. Needless to say that forming a habit of being grateful from your heart is no less important than living a stress-free life. And gratitude lets us feel the ground and move on. And the fourth principle is, just for today, I will do my work honestly. Now, the fourth principle is more like a tool in my mind, a tool to reveal our true purpose. Doing our work honestly brings understanding of whether we truly love what we do or not. If we do love it, when doing it honestly and with purpose, at the end of the day, we'll feel good about ourselves and more fulfilled. And if it doesn't bring fulfillment, probably this particular work is not something that we have to be doing. So, in my opinion, it's a perfect principle to find a purpose by, trying new things and reflecting on how it feels. Again, it's doable and realistic, just one small step a day. And the last principle: just for today, I will be kind to every living thing. I think that it's the most complicated principle. And the first thing we ask here is, why in the world should we be kind to everyone? Well, to start with, being kind doesn't mean that we have to love everyone. And then what is kindness? Again, I quote the wiki here. So, kindness is a type of behavior marked by acts of generosity, consideration, rendering assistance or concern for others, without expecting praise or reward in return. So, should I say that we sometimes forget to be kind to people we love and appreciate them in the first place? We do. So, this principle is a reminder to be in the present moment with the ones we love and show them our appreciation by being kind to them. But what about those other people? What about those whom we don't at all like? Now, this principle forces us to think mindfully. We never know the reasons behind one's unpleasant behavior. For example, anger. Anger is an emotional representation of fear. So, just think of it. Will hate and counterattack help? I think unlikely. And will a small act of kindness help? Well, much likely. I'm sure you've experienced this phenomenon in your life many times. And if you haven't, give it a try. Again, don't push too hard. Remember, it's just for today. Okay, to sum things up. To me, I believe that Reiki principles are universal, no matter if you are into Reiki or not, if you believe in God, in the universe, or if you're an atheist or agnostic. These principles help to form positive habits, improving our lives day by day. And it may seem overwhelming to live with these 5 principles single day. So you may want to try just one at a time. And one more thing, some people are skeptical about the not particle in the first 2 principles. That is, I will not worry, I will not be angry. The reason is our brain tends to skip the not part, and thus will concentrate on the I will worry and I will be angry phrases as a guideline. So if you notice that your brain tends to act this way, you may rephrase these principles into I will let go of worry and I will let go of anger. So it might help. Well, to me, the original sayings are, okay, I feel like my mind concentrates on not worrying and not being angry. Okay, so let me know in the comments below if you find these principles helpful, if you think that you can apply them into your daily life, or maybe you have already applied them without even knowing that these are Reiki principles. I will be glad to hear your feedback. And if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button. It will encourage me to create more videos on Reiki and on everyday aesthetics in general. And have a good day. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.